Welcome to another Walter Football video. I'm Charlie Campbell, Senior Draft Analyst. Before we get going here, I suggest that you click below into the settings here, speed it up to 1.25 or 1.5. I think that makes these videos a lot better. So this week's topic is Alabama quarterback Mac Jones. Now, if you've been watching college football this year, you've seen Jones and Alabama just light up the scoreboard on a weekly basis, playing at the number one ranked team, quarterback of the number one ranked team in the nation, a lot of high profile attention. Of course, Jones is going to be a guy that benefits from that Alabama hype machine. And as a result, we're seeing a lot of media buzzing about him for the NFL, including ESPN and their draft analysts pushing him up there. And now, so with that being the case, I wanted to reach out to NFL teams to see where they're grading him, because media hype and where NFL teams actually grade players are often completely different. So we've seen that with plenty of quarterbacks over the years. And now sometimes we have these quarterbacks that really rise during the season. Obviously, last year Joe Burrow started the year with NFL teams with late round grades well into day three. And then he started rising because he was playing well into the mid rounds, and then day two, partway into the season. And then by the end of the season, he's not only a first rounder, but top of the draft guy. So we got a lot of football left to play. So Jones definitely has the potential to rise. I don't think he's going to be a guy that slides, given all that talent around him at Alabama. That would be surprising to me if his play fell apart. So if anything, I think his grade will probably hold steady or might rise a little bit over the last portion of Alabama's season here. But I reached out to 5 different teams, and I got grades back on him. 3 of those teams were grading Jones as a 4th round pick. One team graded him as a late second, early 3rd round pick. They say that's a 2/3 on the grade. And then another team graded him in the 2nd round. So given that he's right now having grades in the 2nd through 4th round, and teams can change the grade and push him up later in the process, drop him lower. But at this point, here we are with area scouts having gone through the tape of Alabama, scouted these guys, they're assigning grades and submitting reports. That's what I've heard. 3 teams had him in the 4th round, one as a 2-3, one as a 2nd round pick. Now, in talking to some scouts, I had a scout tell me, I've asked for some comps, and some that jumped out to me were Jake Fromm and A.J. McCarron. And I know from talking with one scout, he said that, McCarron is a good comp for him, kind of a shorter A.J. McCarron. And then another scout said he's very similar to Jake Fromm, just has a bit of a stronger arm than Jake did at Georgia. But both of those quarterbacks have some similarities in terms of being guys that distribute the ball well to the playmakers around them, are able to get the ball to their guys in position to make big plays. Jones has done that. I had scouts say they like how he anticipates, how he distributes the ball. The arm is good enough, not elite, but good enough. And he has, from what I've heard, good intangibles as well. But his skill set doesn't blow NFL teams away. He doesn't have the skill set of, say, a Pat Mahomes or a Deshaun Watson or a top-of-the-draft guy. He's listed at, I think, 6'3", 214. Often schools inflate those numbers. Why, I don't know, because it gets revealed anyways at the Combine, Senior Bowl, all the other weigh-ins they have during the pre-draft process. But he's listed at 6'3", like 215, so in reality he might be like 6'2", 210, something like that, which is adequate size. It's not good, but it's good enough. So I think, another source, one who said that they had him in the 4th round, he said, Jones also, you have to consider he's only a 1-year player. He's a backup to Tua. Now he's a senior, he's starting, but he's going to enter the NFL having only been a 1-year starter. But, with this year, with the illness and the eligibility, he could, I guess, decide to go back to Alabama for next season. So that'll be interesting development to see. One source said, one of them who really comped him to Jake Fromm, said he could see Mac Jones having a career similar to Matt Barkley in the NFL because they have similar skill sets. And he could see him being kind of a backup quarterback like that. So the media hype might be a little exuberant, but they got to have something to talk about on their shows and halftime and everything else. But right now, that's what I've heard for grades on him. So with those grades of a 2nd through 4th round, I think he's probably safe as a day 2 player, because the team that likes him enough to draft him probably is more inclined to have that grade of a 2 or a 2-3. So they're probably going to be more inclined to take him on day 2 if the team that likes him enough to draft him. So I think right now, heading into the end of the regular season for Alabama, I think that he's probably pretty safe as a 2nd or 3rd round pick in the 2021 NFL draft. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do me a favor and like the video and share it. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to our channel. That would really help us out. Check out Walt's weekly pick videos. They're awesome. He's doing a great job, he and Jacob, of handicapping games this year. Listen to their wisdom. Make some money if you're so inclined. Definitely check out our links below. I have links to our mocks, our position rankings, tons of other draft content on Walter Football. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll be back with you next week, and every Saturday I have a weekly mock draft coming up here on YouTube based off the mock that went up on Walter Football the day before. So if you want to check it out in video form, written form, we got you covered. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for the comments. I really appreciate that, and I'll be back with you guys soon. Take care.